Right. Thank you for your patience. Again, I apologize for the size of the room. But thank you very much for coming. My name is Ian Condry. I am a professor here at MIT in comparative media studies. And I just want to say a brief word about comparative media studies because the famous media area at MIT, of course, the Media Lab, and they do great things, designing tools of media for the future. But what we do in comparative media studies, and we're based in the School of Humanities, whereas the Media Lab is based in the School of Architecture. We're based in the School of the Humanities, where we are interested at CMS. I got used to that. We at CMS are interested not only in media tools, but the ways that media has an impact in society. And we look at that comparatively, which is to say we think historically about media change. We think internationally about how media unfolds in different cultural contexts. And we think across disciplines as well, imagining how media can be studied from anthropological, historical perspectives. And finally, we also think about comparativity in terms of theory and practice. That to understand media, it's not just a matter of watching media, but also trying to make media. And so that's some of the goals of comparative media studies. We have both an undergraduate major and minor. We also have a graduate program that's a master's program, and we admit about 10 students per year. This project, this event today, is sponsored by Comparative Media Studies, but could not have happened without the help of many others as well. So a word from our sponsors would include the MIT Japan program, the Harvard Reischauer Institute for Japanese Studies. We've had great help from a group in Japan that works on Miku promotion called DLP. And we also have to thank DPH. Why did I say DLP? I'm thinking of the TVs. DPH, thank you very much. And also, we must thank the Japan Foundation of New York for bringing these guests to New York Comic-Con, which brought them close enough that we could get them up here to MIT as well. So please, a warm thank you to the sponsors. I just have a brief introduction. Let me say, so this is Miku at MIT, and I run the Cool Japan Research Project. And what we do is organize seminars, conferences, and also cultural events in an effort to explore the cultural connections, the dangerous distortions, and the critical potential of Japanese popular culture as it goes global. What that means is very much open. I don't know what it means, frankly. But that's why I like to bring people to come give presentations, and also, perhaps most importantly, to make a space where we can discuss. And we're going to spend some time today after the presentations having some back and forth, some Q&A, and we hope that continues. One of the things I would just want to highlight the things going on. This is today's event. Will be focused on Masataka P. And also Toshihiro Fukuoka, who I will introduce in a moment. But before I do that, I just want to mention that we have other events going on. Tonight, there will be a Miku party with Beat Research, which is a weekly Monday night event organized by some colleagues in, at Brandeis and the Mass College of Art. We have weekly events. You go to beatresearch.com. I forgot to write that up there, but beatresearch.com will have more information. Usually it's at the Enormous Room. The Enormous Room closed, so if you got the announcement saying it was at the Enormous Room, that's wrong. It is now at the Middlesex Lounge, which is at down the street on Mass Ave, 315 Massachusetts Avenue, towards Central Square. Middlesex Lounge. You can find it online. It's easy. And tomorrow we'll also be having an event. That's tonight. It starts around 9:30 p.m. No cover, but I'm afraid it is 21 plus because it's a bar. I don't think that's fair, and I boo. Yes, boo. I agree. I'm sorry about that. We'll work on that in the future. Also tomorrow, I want to highlight that the keynote lecture by the president and CEO of Krypton Future Media is here. Mr. Ito, will you wave? Go ahead. Thank you. They are, of course, responsible for many of the most famous appends to Vocaloid, including the Miku appends. And we'll be hearing from him tomorrow. Different location, please note, and a different time, 3 to 5 p.m. We try to mix it around, and you can't actually see it with this thing in the middle. But anyway, here it is. E51 is the building. 345 is the room, and hope to see you there. And there'll be a small reception after that as well. Okay, so those are the main events. The very brief introduction I'd like to give before turning it over to our two panelists today involves a change that I think this Hatsune Miku and Vocaloid phenomenon really brings to the fore. And that is this new intersection, perhaps not so new, but newly amplified intersection of the social and media. We have this word social media. It's often thought of in terms of Facebook and Twitter and YouTube. But I think, in fact, the social in media is much bigger and has a much wider impact than just that. In the same sense that the CD, the compact disc, does not define music, I don't think Facebook defines social media either. Rather, what I think is happening is we're coming to recognize the ways that media is not just an object. It's not just something we watch, but something we participate in. Media is now something we do. And I think what we're seeing around Miku and these other Vocaloid characters, the kind of fan production, the kind of commercial production, in fact, the mixing of commercial and fan and producer, is a very remarkable phenomenon that's happening across all kinds of media industries. We can see it in television, music, film, video games, and much more. So I think this is a very exciting moment for us to think about, well, what is it that enables this kind of creativity? Is it the platform that things are built on? Is it the technology? Is it the energy of the community? Or what combination of these factors is it that can create new kinds of media that can fundamentally transform not only our media industries, but the way we understand ourselves and our connection to others? That's my introduction. And I'd like to now turn it over to our panelists. We're going to start with Masataka P. I have a brief introduction here. Masataka P is a producer who makes videos using the 3D music video software Miku Dance. I'm sure many of you are familiar with that. He made his debut with Shining Ray, which he produced in just a week. And since then has been a leading creator of Miku Dance MMD videos. His Chaining Intention, again, another video he has created, has a record of viewers and became 4th in the MMD Cup championship. So for those of you who know the MMD Cup championship, you already know. For the rest of you, it's very impressive. Let me just put that here. And again, thanks to the Japan Foundation for letting that happen. We're going to start with his presentation. He's going to show us some things. And we also have, as our other panelist, Toshihiro Fukuoka, who's chief executive editor of ASCII Weekly magazine, which is an enormous software magazine, software and information industry magazine in Japan. He's also editor of Tokyo Kawaii magazine. Kawaii, as we all know, means cute. Tokyo Kawaii magazine. Both are from ASCII MediaWorks publishing company. Mr. Fukuoka has played an active role in introducing Japanese anime and pop trends through these magazines, including publishing a major feature on Hatsune Miku in the Tokyo Kawaii magazine. He's director of a film, Mikunopolis 2011, which documents the concert in Los Angeles, and we'll be seeing a pilot film of this after the Q&A today. And he, as well, was brought to the States thanks to the Japan Foundation. Please join me in welcoming our esteemed guests. I should mention, who is this guy, right? That's the other thing. I didn't forget you, but I almost forgot you. Okay. Ryotaro Mihara is a longtime friend of mine. He's actually been a student here at MIT in comparative media studies. He was a visiting scholar when he was getting his master's thesis in anthropology at Cornell University. He wrote a book based on his master's thesis called Haruhi in the USA, about the melancholy of Suzumiya Haruhi. Yes, you may giggle, but it's done quite well for him, and it was published in Japan, and now he is Deputy Director at the Ministry of Economy, Trade, and Industry in Japan, and Deputy Director in the Division of Creative Industries. So please join me in welcoming Rio as well. Rio and I will have more comments after the keynote lecture tomorrow, but today he's going to mostly help with our translation here, and he also has a very exciting demo to show at the end after the Mykonopolis screening. It's at the beginning. At the beginning, we're doing it before the Mykonopolis screening. Okay. As you can see, it's a sort of an experimental process, so we're going to see what happens as we go. Okay, so without further ado, Masataka P.
Sorry, it's turn for me, actually. Okay, good. Yeah, sorry. Before going into Masataka P's panel, I would just like to introduce Miku. She came here to give you guys a kind of welcome dance and welcome song over there. So, could you please turn the light down?
I know. Mosquito net. I knew all about this before I did.
You clap your hands.
right, thank you very much.
Okay, to be clear, that is made of mosquito screen, and it costs like less than $100. And this projection was inspired by the Miku Live. Miku Live uses a kind of a more kind of expensive board to project Miku, but inspired by that, many amateur technicians have tried to do that more cheaply, more easily, and that was one result. And in Japan, there were several exhibition using that mosquito screen, and that mosquito screen in Japan, mosquito screen called amido, and so they call like amido system and amide system, amide system. So please call that amide system. Okay? And that the Miku hologram is that is indeed MMD, and the choreography were like produced by the amateurs, and songs were like amateurs, and that video was made by Professor Aoki KC in Nihon University of Arts, and he was so into Hatsune Miku, he like just cut off his normal work and used the was scolded by his university. But so special thanks to our PhD, and special thanks to DPH, Mr. Masaki, for trying to bring this in on MIT, and I'm very glad to show you guys this one. Thank you.
And I just want to add as a point of clarification too, for those of you who do want to record, you're welcome to record what's going on today. And we're also being filmed by a couple TV crews, one from Nico Nico Doga and one from PS Fuji. So, right, okay, without further ado, please.
Nice to meet you, everybody. I'm Masataka. Sorry. ニコニコ動画、そして、YouTube でですね、初音ミクの曲を使って、僕は曲は作れないんですけれども、その曲に対して映像を作っている増高と申します。どうぞ今日はよろしくお願いします。
I think a lot of people understand, but he is Masataka, and he is a video producer, and he wants to welcome people watching on Nico Nico Doga as well.
それで簡単な自己紹介を兼ねてですね、自分が作った動画があるので、ぜひ見ていただければなと思います。もしかしたらこの中にでもですね、その動画を知っていただける方がいたら、ちょっと嬉しいかなと思いますが、とりあえずご覧ください。
So you can begin by showing some of his videos. Just we have to switch over. He's going to show some of his videos, and he imagines that there may be other people in the audience here. And he's very happy to be able to show these with other people who are working in this area. Oh, projector. Audio is, okay, we'll come. Is the audio ready? It should be.
だけたと思いますけれども、今女の子が、動いて、踊って歌って、笑ってくれている、これがいわゆるその初音ミクから生まれた、3DCG ソフトなんですが、その名前をミクミクダンスと言います。通称 MMD と言います。
The girl you see dancing, singing, and smiling in the video clip, that is called that is the MMD, which stands for Miku Miku Dance, and this was developed from the Hatsune Miku character itself.
このソフトはですね、初音ミクが歌を歌い始めてから、ある個人のプログラマーがですね、3D で初音ミクを動かしたいということで、3日かけてですね、作ったというフリーの 3DC ソフトです。
This is free 3D CG software, which one individual programmer who was inspired by Hatsune Miku singing a song, and he just thought that we should just make her move in 3D CG.
それでですね、このミクミクダンスというのは、いわゆるそのキャラクターモーションにすごい特化をしたですね、3DC ソフトでして、通常でしたら、今までのその初音ミクの曲というのは、一枚絵か、もしくはイラストを使ったプロモーションビデオ、もしくはその高価な 3DC ソフトを使った 3DPV、稀に見る 3DPV が主流だったんですけれども、このソフトの出現によって、おそらく今日本で一番使われている、3DCG ソフトとなったのですが、多くの 3DCGPV が生まれることになりました。
So, because the people who make these Hatsune Miku songs, and probably everyone here knows, or most everyone knows, but it's created from this Vocaloid singing synthesizer software. People make these songs. No, all right, sorry about that. Please don't forget to turn off your cell phones. And then as people would make these songs, and there are hundreds of thousands of these songs online, the videos that were made with them were usually made with drawings, illustrations. And then using this 3D computer graphics software, it's possible to make these full 3D moving characters. And that this is now the #1 3D computer graphics software used in Japan, Miku Miku Dance, which is free and available for download in both Japanese and English versions.
そのミクミクダンスなんですけれども、これが確かにフリーソフトであるんですが、ここまで大きく普及した理由というのはですね、本当に簡単な操作性で、誰もがというのはちょっと大げさかもしれませんけれども、本当に、使い始めればですね、誰もが初音ミクというキャラクターを、初音ミク以外のボーカロイドキャラクターももちろんあるんですが、歌わせて踊らせて、もしくは演技させて、誰もが、監督、映像の音楽の監督、映画の監督になることができる画期的なソフトなんです。そしてそれはフリープログラムでかつ英語にも対応してますので、今ここにいらっしゃる皆さんも誰もがダウンロードして使うことができます。
So it's true that MMD, Miku Miku Dance, is free software, but that's not the real reason it's spread. The reason for its spread throughout Japan and really throughout the world is because it's so easy to use. That it's not just that you can make this character sing, but you can make her dance, you can even make her perform. It's as if anyone can be their own movie director. And in that sense, it's a completely revolutionary kind of software for others to build on, and there is even English language version.
そういうことで、今見ていただいた映像は、キャラクターを動かして歌って、るんですが、背景はですね、